Yeah. Yeah.
You guys ready?
So,
Yeah. Let's do it.
There you
There
go. This time I'd like to call the 2026 organizational meeting to order. Mrs. Moore, call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Present.
Mr. Fulham,
Present.
Mr. Grant,
Here.
Mrs. Hagedorn,
here.
Mr. Leeds.
Here. This time, would everybody stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Like leaning. Short.
All right, at this time, the newly elected members of the board, please go out in front here to be sworn in.
Thanks.
All right. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Monroe Local School District in Butler and Warren Counties and the State of Ohio, to the best of your ability, in accordance with the laws in effect, and hereinafter to be enacted during your continuance in said leadership position and until your successor is elected and qualified. If so, please state, I do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job.
I feel all official now.
Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Grant and Mr. Carpenter.
Done that in a
Mrs.
while.
Moore, call the roll, please.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, at this time, we will move to the request for nominations for the office of president. Anybody have a nomination?
Yeah, I would like to nominate Debbie Hagedorn as president.
Do we have any other nominations? I move the nominations be closed. And you want to do the oath?
I will call roll
Or
and please.
call the roll, rather, I'm sorry.
Sure. I will, please state who you vote for. Mr. Carpenter,
Debbie.
Mr. Fulham,
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Mr. Grant,
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Mrs. Hagedorn,
Myself. I don't know how to do.
Mr. Leeds.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Thank you.
Okay, we have elected Mrs. Hagedorn president. At this time, I'll take nominations for vice president.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Fulham.
Have any other nominations? If not, I declare the nomination for vice president to be closed. Mrs. Moore,
Mr. Carpenter,
Mr. Fulham.
Mr. Fulham,
Myself.
Mr. Grant,
Mr. Fulham.
Mrs. Hagedorn,
Mr. Fulham.
and Mr. Leeds.
Mr. Fulham.
All right. I will now swear you in.
Don't face the camera.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as president and vice president of the Board of Education of the Monroe Local School
Congratulations.
Madam President, I ask that you take this seat and proceed with the rest of the organizational meeting.
Just want to make sure I didn't get
Slip out. Hit Dave in the face. Yeah, you want the mallet. Well done, Mr. Leeds.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't they always put meetings down on the end like this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a good place to be.
Tom.
When you get more cookies, you get them.
That's true.
Okay, so we're going to move on to section 3.1. I'm going to open discussion or take a motion to recommend approval of the board appointments.
So moved.
Second.
All right, let's start with legislative liaison.
I'd like to recommend Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Leeds.
Any discussion? Good.
I'm good with that.
Let's move on to student achievement.
I would like to nominate Mr. Carpenter for student achievement.
Okay. And let's move on to Monroe area CIC.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Leeds.
Okay. Butler Tech liaison.
Would like to have Brett Guido remain on as our Butler Tech representative.
He still has another year on his appointment, but that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming Brett's good with that. Okay, let's move on to Finance Committee.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Fulham and
What's my name?
I guess we'll go with Dave too.
Okay. Oh, we're doing OSBA delegate as well?
Yep.
Let's have open discussion for that.
Mr. Leeds has done that in the past.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that
Is
again,
that-
Right.
Mr. Leeds?
Do you want to continue that?
Yes.
I have no problem with that.
Oh, okay.
And then have Tim be the backup on that since they're both legislative. Probably makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Right.
As an alt.
Okay, back up for Tim, alternate.
Right.
Okay. And Facility Committee. Need two for that.
Nominate Mr. Grant.
Yeah, I'd like to see Mr. Leeds on it again.
Okay, so just to summarize, legislative will be Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Leeds. Student achievement, Mr. Carpenter. CIC will be Mr. Leeds. Butler Tech, Mr. Guido. Finance will be Mr. Fulham, Mr. Grant. Finance will be Mr. Grant and Mr. Leeds. OSBA delegate will be Mr. Leeds, and alternate will be Tim Carpenter, or Mr. Carpenter.
Right.
So, Ms. Moore, just call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Oh, do you say that? You do. Oh, okay. All right, we'll move on to section 3.2. Take a motion to recommend approval of the board meeting dates, times and locations for 26.
So moved.
Second.
I do.
Mr. Leeds.
So I got Mr. Grant motion.
Mr. Leeds.
Mr. Leeds,
Yep, second.
and me. Second Grant, okay. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. All right, section 3.3. I'm going to take a motion for the board to waive the reading of the minutes from previous meetings in accordance with section 3313.26.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, section 3.4, approve the 2026 membership, recommend approval of the 2026 memberships for the Ohio School Board Association, OSBA Legal Assistance Fund, and the Education Policy Institute.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, section 3.5, we're going to establish the board service fund. I need a motion to recommend establishment of a board service fund pursuant to ORC 3315.15 in the amount of $20,000.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, section 3.6, I recommend the designation of the 2026 newspaper on record to be the Journal News.
So moved. Second.
Oh my.
Oh, we're going to do Mr. Carpenter first.
We'll give it to him.
I said Mr. Carpenter
This is
first.
an exciting meeting. This is exciting right here.
Dave Grant second. Mr. Grant. Any discussion?
If we have to, I guess we have to.
I don't know if there's any other options really, so.
Most things we post on the website now and on potential social media or board docs. But I will say the one thing that is still required to be in the newspaper is my tax budget notice.
That's it.
And then any bidding that we would do.
Okay. All right. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to section 3.7. Take a motion to recommend approval of the 2026 legal counsel for the Monroe Board of Education. It's recommended that we have Ennis Britton for the general counsel, Dinsmore and Scholl for bond counsel, Rich and Gillis Law Firm for the Board of Revision Counsel, and Bricker and Graydon for construction and project counsel.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. All right, section 3.8, approve superintendent's standing authorizations. I recommend to enable the superintendent to carry out necessary district duties involving operations, finance, and purchasing. It is recommended that the board adopt the following standing authorizations for the calendar year of '26. And I'm going to say it's items A through J.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? No? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
I'll only make one comment.
Oh.
Item J is new this year, just giving express authority for the superintendent and/or I to act as corporate officers on behalf of the district. We do have that ability through revised code, but it's one of the things that came up during an audit, and they wanted to see something more in writing.
More in
So,
writing. Okay.
what's more in writing than revised code, but
Right. Okay.
just thought we'd stick it
All
in.
right.
We'll put it in our little policy.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for that clarification.
sure.
All right.
Right.
Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Section 3.9, approve the treasurer's standing authorizations for 26.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? No? Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Section 4.1, so we're going to recommend the approval of the 2027 tax budget.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a short presentation for that one.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I was thinking. So moved. Grant, and then
Grant, Mr. Carpenter.
Carpenter,
second.
thank you. Okay, so for the tax budget, I'm going to try to be very brief on this unless you have questions. So just a quick breakdown of the tax budget itself. It is required by 5705.28, 29, and .3 of the revised code. It's basically a first look at your next fiscal year, so this is looking at fiscal 27. And the purpose is to show the financial needs of the district, which ends up helping the county determine our rates, our tax rates for the year on property taxes. It is required to be approved by the board by January 15th, and we have to file it with the County Budget Commission by January 20th. The County Budget Commission is made up of the county auditor, the county treasurer, and the county prosecutor. They have a meeting, they review these, and I'll mention some of their powers in a minute. The difference, aside from setting the rates, this actually is an all-inclusive document, so it includes all funds of the district. Our forecast only looks at the general fund. So while the general fund is our main operating fund and the only unrestricted fund that we have, for this, it's an overall view because we also have levies that go into, say, permanent improvement or the debt retirement fund, and this looks at the district as a whole. And just another thing to point out, tax rates and property taxes, they're all based on a calendar year where we're on a fiscal year ending June 30th. So there's some tweaks in this document to kind of split our years in half so that they can calculate a calendar year need to align with the tax rates. So on the next slide, this is just a basic list. The tax budget document that was attached with the agenda. These are the exhibits that are included. So there's a pretty detailed general fund and debt fund with all like beginning balances and revenues and expenditures and expected ending balances that they will look at. There's Exhibit 3, which is all other funds. It's less detailed, but that's all of our special revenue, capital, and any other like enterprise or agency funds that we have. And then there is a new supplement that some of the legislative changes that we had surrounding the tax budget and reporting, it requires now a history of balances and revenues and spending for those other funds, which we've never had to provide before. We only would provide like fiscal 27, but now they want a history of 2 years of actuals and then the current year 26 estimate and then 27 and 28 estimates. There's Exhibit 4 is the statement of permanent improvements. It is just a list of maybe some planned improvements. So obviously our high school is on there, but some general numbers for typical maintenance and improvements are also in there. Statement of final judgments, we don't have any, so that is blank for us. And then a listing of our outstanding debt. So a lot of the bills for the recently signed bills for property tax reform impact this document as well as our forecast. This is kind of a brief summary of the ones that mostly impact us. The top ones in yellow, those all have a direct impact on these calculations, whereas the other two are more about the county and their abilities to calculate valuations as well as change our rates if they want to, if they deem that we have too much money. So House Bill 129, it adds the fixed sum levies into our 20 mil floor calculation. And I have a slide that'll help illustrate that a little bit. House Bill 186, it caps our revenue growth associated with the 20 mil floor inflation. And this is where those inflation cap credits are going to come in. We will see credits, our taxpayers will see credits for tax year 23 and tax year 24. And then 335 caps the revenue growth from inside millage to inflation. And that one's a pretty big deal as well, because inside millage has never been touched before, and now it potentially is going to go down. On to the next slide. So our current levies, this is a list of our current levies. And so it has the description of the levy type and what year it was put into place. You can see the original voted mills, like our inside millage. We have 5.16 mils of inside millage in 24 and estimated for 25. That's 3.13 because 2.03 of that was moved into permanent improvement back originally in 2011. So that's where we still have 5.16, it's split into two at this point. Our original millage was 18.27, and that, because of the 20 mil floor, gets dropped down to 16.87. So that's where there's a box there, the 3.13 and the 16.87 adds up to our 20 mil floor. We can't drop below that until fiscal 27, we can. And then our substitute levies, those are fixed sum levies. And up until this point, growth has been allowed on those levies. So we established them when they were voted in. There was a specific dollar amount that those levies had to bring in. And we were allowed to gain on the growth, such as like new construction for those. So they would go up a little bit every year. Well, that's going to be capped here shortly. But we also, as our valuations would go up, it would take less mills to reach that amount. So typically, as valuations go up, those go down. So as you can see, like it took 11.74 mills to get to our fixed sum amount back in 2009, which was at 7.64 last year. And then the rate is expected to be 7.724 for tax year 25, which gets collected in 26. Bills will be coming out soon, I'm sure. And then the same logic for the 2016 substitute levy, which is expected to be 4.74. Our PI, that was moved out of our inside millage back in 2011 at 2.03. And then we have two bond levies, but we are only currently collecting on the one. Once the 2001 levy is paid off, the debt associated with it, we will then begin collecting on our 2024 levy. So then the next slide, this kind of shows some of the impact of the property tax reform bills. This is only looking at class 1 property, which is your residential and agricultural. The rate is slightly different for commercial and industrial. But you can see, actually in tax year 26 is when we can start seeing decreases in our inside millage, our outside mills that were at 16.87, so that the 3.13, those first two lines there, they were our 20 mil floor. Well, you can see that it is no longer a 20 mil floor. So you see the 20, it drops down to 18.41, then 18.38, then 18.35. So it slowly is going to decrease over time. And then our fixed sum levies essentially will eventually phase out. I mean, it'll take a little while, but they will, while they decline as values increase, they will decline faster now because they won't experience the growth and they'll be capped. So as they get lumped into that 20 mil floor as well, just everything goes down for as far as millage goes. And the
Question on that.
yes.
When our substitute levies get down to a certain point, will it stop at 20?
So
those will essentially go in.
I don't know that I can answer that right now because what I'm hearing from all of our trainings and webinars is that the 20 mil floor doesn't really exist anymore.
Right.
It just doesn't. It's a new floor and it's whatever the calculations are. And on top of that, even though we have these estimates here, the County Budget Commission has the authority to look at the tax budget or our forecast and say, wow, you have a really nice cash balance. We don't think you need these rates, and they can just cut them. So, I mean, and they could even just eliminate an entire, like the well, it's on the other sheet, but like the 4.69 or whatever, our smaller substitute. I mean, they could say you don't need to collect that. If, you know, I don't think that our budget commission is prepared to do that, but I know up north that has already happened to several districts. So we'll see how this all plays out. There's a lot of uncertainty still with all of it, and even these calculations, their calculations, we use, it's not called Forecast 5 anymore, but Financial Planning Analytics, and you know, they have an approach to it. You know, the Legislative Services Commission, they have an approach to it, but I don't think anyone has nailed down truly what the actual calculations are going to be. And I'm not even sure with some of this if the county auditors will have differences in opinions as well. So there's a lot of uncertainty right now. And right now, as our estimates go, so the taxpayer credits, we expect tax year 23, about $1,078,000 in taxpayer credits. Those will go back to the taxpayers. It'll come off of our property tax settlement, but we are supposed to be reimbursed by the state for that through a sales tax holiday. I think they're going to shorten that by a day or two to cover all of these reimbursements. In tax year 24, there's a little bit, and that's because we have both Butler County and Warren County, and they appraise in different years. So when we had our update in 23 for Butler, we had it in 24 for Warren. We do expect to get that money back. No one knows how we're going to get it back. We doubt they're going to send us a check. It might come through foundation. Again, there's a lot of unknowns at this time. And as far as the estimated loss of revenue because of the reductions in millage, right now the estimate is about $1.8 million for us.
Any way we can hide that money from the county?
Well, not because the tax budget has all the funds. So we did a lot of moves at the end of.
Can we put that in the foundation of the new school?
Well, I mean, we can. We've got a few years to siphon that off. But I made some customizations to the tax budget document. On the historical page for the other funds that is a new requirement, I put in a description on every single fund and what it's for. And at the top of that, it says restricted funds, just so they don't just look at those balances. Like right now, you know, we've got about 30 plus million sitting in our construction funds. Mm-hmm. Well, that's because those are for construction. We just issued $36.75 million in debt. Of course, we're going to have proceeds because we haven't really spent a lot yet. So I just, you know, I don't know how heavily they're going to look at it, how much they're going to analyze it. I hope if they have questions, they'll ask rather than make assumptions.
Yeah,
I don't really know, but I do plan to go to the meeting where they approve it, just in case they have some questions. I've not been to a Butler County one before. I have been to a Warren County, and there was not a lot of discussion at that one. So we'll see. But that's where we are. And I don't know if you remember House Bill 96, the budget bill, changed all the dates for the forecast. So we'll be talking again in February because that's my mandatory update on the forecast. So a lot of these numbers will flow into it. I've done a lot of work on this, so I hope I won't have any changes in February. But, you know, there's changes every day. So
Right.
One thing that I was wondering about, what does the governor mean if the schools are going to be made whole?
my understanding, Well, I only understand that we're going to be made whole just on these credits. I don't think they've addressed any of the other changes. And quite honestly, a lot of these calculations, if you'll notice these House bills, the way that they're worded, it's revenue caps. They're capping our revenue that we get from the
Right.
property taxes. They're not capping the valuations. And what that does, it's a double whammy because our state foundation based on the school funding plan is based on our local capacity. So our valuations, if they're higher, we get less state money.
Yeah.
So everything that they're doing,
Benefits them.
Well, they want to
It
put it back
does.
on they want to put it back on the property owners.
but yet they want to save the property owners. So
Yeah.
It's the state government. They do what's best for them.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
It's
and they're-
driving toward local tax, like levies, right? Because
Yes.
as those values go up and our funding decreases,
Mhm.
we're gonna, inflation continues to inflate.
Yes.
So then our
We get
cost
to be
of
the
the
bad
business
guys.
continues to increase.
Yes.
Right.
So now we have to go to the taxpayer, the local taxpayer
Yeah.
Yeah.
to pay for things.
Yeah, if this continues the way it continues, everyone will be in a levy cycle that will be very short. We've been lucky here. We haven't had a levy since 2016, I believe. And even at that, I think it was a reduction.
Correct.
So we've been fortunate, even though we've had some revenue, extra revenue come in, to help us get here, but we've been wise about the spending to make it last. And we've done good, but we get penalized
Being
for
penalized
that.
for being good.
Yeah, and so now I have to explain any fund balances that we still have. And we're in kind of a tough spot because we're not, like, oh my gosh, these changes are going to put us on the ballot tomorrow. We're not there, and I'm glad we're not there. But it's hard to make an argument when we have money and they're like, oh, you're fine. But we can't be fine forever.
Right.
Right.
Unless something changes, which I'm sure it will. And they just kick the can for now.
Yeah.
This will be brought up again, and then you'll have to relearn a whole new way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
getting penalized
I
for
can't
being
wait.
good stewards with the funds that we do have.
Exactly.
So we can talk more about that at our February update because we'll be looking at the forecast then.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lots of good information there. Crazy information. All right. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. I'd like to take a motion do I do a motion or just adjourn?
No
No.
motion, you're just
Okay.
going to state
So
it.
I'm going to adjourn the organizational meeting by acclamation and transition to our regular, normal meeting.
You're late.
I apologize for being late by 3 minutes.
That was my fault.
The
Blame the
clock's
state.
wrong.
Blame the state, yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. So we're going to welcome everybody to the Monroe Local School District Board of Education meeting on Monday, January 12th. I'd like to start off with section 1.1, approval of agenda. I'd like to make have a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? All right. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. We'll move on to section 2.1, legislative.
Well, as always, the legislative group is on recess until February. And
That's a great gig.
when they come back, they're supposed to take up the tax issue. And there's other things that they're looking to do, but they haven't been assigned anything else, according to Mr. Hall. So, being it's a lame duck session for the governor, probably nothing will get done, to be honest with you. But might as well face it. I think they're in session through April, and then they'll be off till after the election, supposedly. How do you get a job
April,
like that?
oh, okay.
We adopt that calendar.
Yeah.
All right.
A couple weeks here, a couple weeks there.
Yeah, I want to have that scheduled.
That's all I have.
All right. All right, we'll move on to section 2.2, Butler Tech. Mr. Guido?
Getting there, they stole my seats.
They
Thank you.
He usually sits as close as possible to the podium.
Yes. Thank you, Madam President, Mr. Vice President, and members of the board, thank you. So my printer kind of blew up today, so I have emailed you my reports.
I saw.
In
Okay.
your email, I have some data for you. Our partnership brief was released, so it gives all the data about a 5-year history of our programming and where we are currently today. Currently today, as we sit, we have 131 students in our Butler Tech programs. So very good percentage there. It is 69.28% of our population here at Monroe. So a good number of students in Butler Tech programs here from Monroe. Very glad to see that. As you're aware, we have satellite programming. We have 3 teachers embedded in the school system here. We have an engineering program and 2 high school programs. One is the culinary program and another is the career and college readiness program. Career and college readiness and culinary have the most students in it, 155 for career readiness, and culinary has currently 142. So good numbers here, satellite. One of my goals while I was serving on the board at Monroe and still today is to continue to identify opportunities for growth of students that may not, number one, have got into some of the programs at the campus programs, but also maybe they don't want to go, but are there opportunities for them to get career education here at Monroe? And Mr. Buskirk has been very open to exploring those opportunities. In fact, we're in the middle of exploring a health program that we're going to hopefully introduce next year, right? So really excited about that addition to our satellite program here at Monroe. You guys have heard me speak a lot about the construction programs. You can just drive anywhere in Butler County and you can see some Butler Tech building going up. So they are taking shape and ready to go. Actually, the advanced manufacturing in Hamilton has students. They started the Monday after New Year's, so they've been in there just over a full week. I'm happy to report out of those numbers. There are 3 students that currently elected to go into the advanced manufacturing program. The aviation building, if you've been by that recently, it looks like it's done, but it's the punch-out work that they're doing inside the building. We have 9 students that are in the aviation program from Monroe. And then the bioscience building off of I-75, that's been fun to watch that go up every single day. That's my drive to work. There are 18 students in that program, so very good. Outside of that, D. Russell Lee has 59 Monroe students. Natural Science Center has 17. We have OTC, there's 6 students in the OTC program. Project Life, Project Search has 4. And the School of the Arts building has 15 students. So really good representation. We're not just everybody going into one program. To me, that shows that we have some diversity of interest here at Monroe, so I was excited to see that. All the data is in there, demographics, pretty much breaks down more information than I want to cover tonight, but it is in your email as well, so let me know if you have any questions on that. As I said, the students have started attending the advanced manufacturing program. There's been a couple articles here recently. I don't know if you've seen in the Journal or Cincinnati Enquirer, but really good press that has came out of that. That manufacturing program has millions of dollars of donation of technical equipment that those kids are really getting access to, which is exciting. Ribbon cutting for that is February 2nd. So look for your invitation in the mail for that. I'll make sure you get that. I don't recall what time they scheduled that for, but I'll get back with you and let you know that for sure. The aviation groundbreaking is March 16th. And then the Natural Science Center, or Bioscience Center, is April 13th. So a lot of ribbon cutting is coming. So there's some dignitaries that have been invited, and it may be exciting if you could attend some of them. So keep your calendar
I'll get
open.
those dates in your next Friday update.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Some other things that we're doing here at Monroe, there is a initiative that is in place currently to put 35 to 45 students in internships directly with industry. So that's a really good
That's great.
That's
thing
awesome.
that I'm excited to hear about. I don't know if you want to share anything on
I
that.
think
Or?
Mr. Prask is going to talk a little bit
Okay.
about that when he talks about the
Perfect.
course guide here in a few.
Yeah. So a lot of really exciting things coming out of the partnership, and I look forward to what happens in 26 and several years to follow. That is my full report.
Yes, awesome. Thank you very much.
So check your emails. So I intended to print them out, but I apologize.
Save a tree.
Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Brett.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to section 2.3, student achievement, and I'd like to invite the environmental club for their presentation.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to speak tonight. My name is Chloe. I'm the president of the Environmental Club, and this is Addison, the vice president, and Sydney, one of our club members. We also have a few of our club members sitting in the audience. Maybe we don't.
It happens to us too, don't worry.
Last year, our club wanted to find a way to support people affected by hurricanes, so we organized a student-led talent show to raise money for the American Red Cross. The event was very successful, and it showed us how powerful our students and peers can be throughout creativity, leadership, and how it can be used for a greater purpose. Because of that success, we wanted to continue the tradition this year, not just as a fun event, but as a way for students to give back to our local community. And now Addison's going to tell us a little bit more about the cause.
Hi, my name is Addison, and I'm the vice president for our environmental club. Giving back has always been a very important part of our club's mission. In previous years, our club supported the community through a food share program where we collected food twice a week and donated it to God's Bounty Table, but since then it's been discontinued. Over time, our club worked with our advisor to thoughtfully evaluate how we could continue supporting the community in a way that was sustainable and manageable for our students. Rather than seeing this as an ending, we viewed it as an opportunity to problem solve and find another meaningful way to contribute. The talent show became that opportunity for us. It allowed us to continue supporting God's Bounty while also engaging more students and showcasing their talents. Now Sydney's going to further explain how we made this possible.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm a member of the Environmental Club. This year's talent show was open to high school students only, and the entire event was organized and promoted by students. We worked hard creating posters, making announcements, encouraging participation, and helping the event run smoothly. The turnout was strong, and the atmosphere was very positive and supportive. Throughout the ticket sales and donations, we raised over $2,000, and 100% of the proceeds were donated to God's Bounty Table to support families in the community. It was really meaningful to see how well students working together can make a difference.
Because of the impact of this event and the purpose behind it, WLWT came to our school and interviewed Addison and I. The interview focused on why this work matters to us and how student-led efforts can support the community in positive ways. This experience showed us how even our peers are capable of planning, leading, and following through on projects that reflect the values of our school and our community. It was very important to us to make a difference and plan something that was really going to be a positive impact in the community. Thank you for supporting student leadership and giving us an opportunity to share our work with you tonight.
Very good.
Very good.
Okay, we're going to do a picture.
job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Yeah, you're right. Right in the center. Right in the center.
One more for me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. All right. Thank you. Good job, ladies. Good job.
And thank you for being flexible and canceling from December. Okay. All right. As we're going to move on to section 3.1, comments from the public. Seeing as we don't have any, we're going to move on to section 3.2, presentation of the MHS Future Ready Playbook with Mr. Prohaska.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, Mr. Gatto almost had it correct.
Nice.
Threw out some information that's changed a little bit. So, but I'm going to segue into talking about some of the changes in the program of study. Just primarily talking about the courses that we're offering next year. You guys have that embedded in your agenda. I also forwarded you a Google Doc that just has the classes alone, so you don't have to hunt for them because there's 50 pages. But I'm going to start with Butler Tech since that's where he was. So he mentioned the immersion program. We know that Joellen Turvey has a strong connection with the workforce program over at Butler Tech. She actually worked in that organization over at Butler Tech, so she has a connection with those folks over there. So the internship and industry immersion course gives high school seniors the opportunity to gain real-world, hands-on experience in a professional setting. We're going to be very strategic in where we place them. It's not going to be a placement of need for the company, but it's a placement of need for what the student is engaged and wants to get engaged in. We're going to start off pretty small. She's one person with, with about probably 25 kids that are going to be all over the Butler County and potentially in other counties. So that's what we're starting with. So that just kind of gives you an idea. It's going to be for seniors. We piggybacked off of a little bit of what Lebanon's doing. King's High School is really immersed in this as well. They did give us the just the advice to kind of don't bite off too much than you can chew. So we'll kind of start off with this. Hopefully the program will grow, and we'll see where it takes us. So that's one of the new courses that we're offering. If you haven't had a chance to look at this, we're also going to be offering 2 medical healthcare related courses for next year. I think it is important for you guys to realize you're not responsible for the retirement of Butler Tech teachers, but there are a few of them that are retiring from our school district, which is opening up the window to make some changes. One is Rusty Hubbard. We're going to make some changes to what his role was. I'll explain that here in a second. We have Jay Hopkins, who's retiring, and we're going to move Matt Bolzer into the role of helping out with junior high and high school. So he's going to maximize engineering and kind of funnel them through the junior high through the high school. So that leaves us with a couple vacancies. So we made the decision as a team to move in the medical direction. So the courses that we're going to offer is medical terminology, and that is a 1-year full credit course. And then we're also going to offer health and science and technology, which is a semester course. We'll offer to 9th and 10th graders. We do not have the person that's going to teach this course yet. I talked with my liaison over at Butler Tech, in the next month, we're going to work on setting up interviews. There's a good chance we might actually get a Butler Tech teacher from one of our neighboring schools to take on these courses. We had a meeting today with the students. We had over 100 students attend during Hornet time to come in and show interest in taking these courses. So that's a huge plus. So why did I mention a little bit about Brett Guido? Since he mentioned culinary, that is one of the courses you'll see in red that we're actually sunsetting. So we're putting that off to the side so we could open this up for our medical courses. We're hoping this will be something that will increase where potentially we might need another Butler Tech teacher to the point that we're working towards our nursing degree as well. It kind of goes along with the master plan to house this over at the new building. So there's a correlation and connection. There's long-term thinking beyond just the next 2 years, but how we could properly put this program into the new high school. So there's, with the retirements, with the new building coming on board eventually, it just seemed like the perfect time to make this change. So that's what's going on there.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
Since I got here, our Butler Tech programs, I'll be honest, have sort of just been plug and fill. Like there's not been a purpose or a necessary path. We've kind of used them to plug electives and help things out. And so we did some, Tom and Jody and I sat down when we found out about these retirements, and we wanted to look at building a pathway for interest of our students in Monroe. And Jody worked with the staff to get interest surveys out to kids and what kids are going into following graduation. We have a high number of kids that are going into the medical field, whether it's nursing or physical therapy or athletic training. And so we wanted to start to get that path of some sort of some medical courses that they can take advantage of while they're in high school. And as Tom said, our goal would be to build this up to, hopefully maybe even partnering with a university someday to get them on that pathway, so when they enter college, they have some of those courses taken care of. So some of the other larger schools have bigger programs where like that, and even I think Edgewood has a FFA program with agricultural, and I think Talawanda has is theirs an agricultural also? So, again, we surveyed our kids, and that was kind of the biggest want and need. So that's kind of the direction that we're going to steer. So
when we've had our conversations with William Sprinkles, it's very important for him that we're talking about that pathway. So just to kind of piggyback off what he said, it's not about like, okay, we need some classes to just fill up our electives. Let's do something that's leading towards something
beneficial,
so
long term.
Yes, through the data, we could see that the medical route, whatever that might be, is just such, the healthcare industry is so huge that we thought we'd take advantage of that moving forward. So that's what that's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to talk about with the internship program is that we currently right now, our underclassmen are here most of the time, but by the time our kids hit junior and senior year, we have so many kids that are out with CCP. And I want to move towards kids being here most of the day. I know high school is changing and but I want them, if they're not here, I want them in something meaningful. I don't want them just sitting at home in their bedroom doing an online course that really is just an elective to fill something. I want them here interacting with their peers. I think that is such a huge skill that they need. I think it also hurts the culture of our overall building because a lot of our top students are never here during the day, and we need those upperclassmen as role models. So, again, I think with the overcrowding, it was something that we're like, it's okay if you're gone, we need the space. And then once COVID hit, I think it really, and with the changing in the CCP rules, it has gotten a little out of control. And to be honest, we're not alone. A lot of the schools are facing the same thing where kids are doing full-time CCP and not getting, in my opinion, they're not getting as valuable as an experience as they need to in high school. And so I want, over the next few years, and when the new high school opens, I want our requirements that the kids are here during the day unless it's for a meaningful experience, not just I'm taking a CCP class so I can step till 3 in the morning and sleep till noon, so, and take online courses.
Well, it's also forcing kids to kind of grow up quicker
Yep.
than they need to, and taking away their high school experience
Yes.
because now they're part-time college students.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Yep.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to do a better job of getting them here.
It's awesome.
Keeping them here. So we'll see how this goes. We're looking forward to it. So that kind of correlates. I think it's important for you to understand just in regards to staff personnel. We still have Jessica on staff, Jessica Hartzell. She will be working out of the junior high, and she will be doing career type courses in the junior high. So we know there's a difference between doing college and career readiness at the high school, where she's working on like resumes, working on the interviewing process, and there's a ton more, learning out what your strengths are. But there needed to be another layer of, okay, when they're in junior high, hey, starting to think about what direction you want to go, knowing that by the time you get into high school, you got to start putting together a plan, or at least some form of plan. So kind of goes along with what the state of Ohio definitely wants, is that we're pushing the careers. This school, I think, has done always a great job of, we've done a great job of making sure we promote the college route, the career route, whatever that might be, the trades, the military. I try to make sure that we give all the kids all the opportunities they could get, and make a good decision about what they want to do outside of high school. So I think this will work out. I know I'm taking up too much time. A few other things on here. Financial literacy was something that the state replaced the old economics class with. That was something we had Butler Tech doing. With Randy retiring, we're going to do that in-house with one of our social studies teachers.
Awesome.
So there's not much of a change, but it is a slight change just with personnel. We're going to offer journalism too. We have a lot of kids that really enjoyed working with Grace. She's the one that's taken the lead on Journalism 1. They've done the school paper. We've done a nice job of making sure that the junior high and elementary teachers get a handle on that, so they see what's going on. So we got a lot of kids that want to keep going down that pathway. So we're going to continue with that. We're going a different route. Creative writing has been kind of with the numbers. So one of our English teachers came up with visual storytelling. So this one I like because I think we're at the point in society where we see so many things, see it, and we read little captions and things like that, but making sure we understand what's real, what's not, what's a credible source. So I'll let you guys read up on that, but I think that's an interesting course. And then we're getting into bringing back some technology courses. We kind of got away from that for a while. The days of Tom Berklow, and remember we had Andrea Carbolano working in the junior high at one point. So we're going to get a coding and game design semester course up and running, and we're doing a half-year semester cybersecurity course as well.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
starting
Do
to
we
dive
get
into
to test
that
the
realm
games?
too. What's that?
Can we test the games?
I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But it'll actually what I love about the gaming design is that it's the coding piece.
Yep.
If you could start to enjoy how you're building some of that, that might kind of leap you into a tech field for sure.
Absolutely.
And then once again, those courses could tie into what we're doing in the new building. The layout of the building's out, but still some of the pieces of what goes where and how we're going to use those spaces. I could see this starting to take off at the high school too.
Got a question.
Yes.
It's not really talked about, but it comes to mind when we think about coding. I mean, everything is through AI today. I mean, you build everything through AI. What are we doing to leverage AI within those types of courses? Is it welcomed in our district? Is it, because I know there's a lot of thoughts on what AI does for the learning environment. And truth be told, I use AI all day long all the time in my professional career for multiple reasons. Are we encapsulating that within these types of environments, or are we not sure of them yet?
I think we're at the point where we're talking about the use of AI with our staff, but not so much with the students just yet. I know our staff uses it to check for the validity of what the kids are writing. I know, I've had some conversations with kids about how you could use it the right way, but we haven't really, what's the word I'm looking for?
Are
been
these state
strategic with it.
standards? Are these, because I understand plagiarism, I understand
Yeah.
validity of content, but I'm telling you right now, these kids are already, I mean, they could teach you guys. I mean, the reality is that. So like, I think that needs to be a big, I know it's a topic, I know you guys are talking about it, but I think that that's I mean, that bubble's very big right now and it's gonna pop.
Sure.
I wanna make sure that we're leveraging it in a way that fits into developing a full-bodied student, because when I'm hiring somebody in 2 or 3 years, AI knowledge is going to be a humongous part of that for my industry and what I do in marketing. How are you using AI to leverage creative graphics? How are you doing it to come up with marketing plans? How are you doing it to check emails and make sure that they're professionally written? That's going to be a requirement for new hires for me today, like now. So I just want to make sure that we're attacking that and at different levels. I've used AI with my 10-year-old to develop games through Google to let her see how that can work. My 6-year-old. So like they're going to be blasting through this, and if we're not prepared for it, I'm concerned. So I just.
We're still at the infancy of talking about it. I still think we have a lot of teachers that are nervous about it and how we really truly incorporate that and immerse that into the classroom.
Well, to be honest, I mean, there's a lot of people in general that are nervous about AI, so I get it. So, in regards to the teachers being a little apprehensive.
For sure. But you know, I mean, these kids are ahead of us already.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they are.
someone I know personally was able to take his thoughts and put it into with AI and ChatGPT, but then wanted to make sure it didn't sound too much, so he was able to go through another filter and another filter, and by the time that this gets to the teacher, it's gone through like 3 or 4 filters. It's crazy. But hopefully the kids are still keeping the mind of the creativeness of what they're putting down, and that they're using it to help them and not just, okay, it's doing it for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Miami of Ohio is one of the first schools to offer maybe a major in AI. I know there's something.
Well, Ohio's a hotbed. I mean, they're not building 39 data centers in Ohio in the next 5 years for nothing. I mean, so Ohio is a hotbed. But then, I mean, I read a report today, I was telling Tim, I think it's in the infancy stages. They're using AI to work on the construction of homes, and using AI to build a home can save the homeowner up to 40% savings on building the home, because it's going to be that much more efficient. There's still going to be people building the home, but AI is being used for everything
Make
on
sure
it.
it's perfect. The
Yep.
plans are perfect. There's
Everything.
there's no miscalculation on that footer, etc.
Exactly. So it's going to save
Well,
the
we're kind
homeowners
of
up
at
to-
the part where we're going to see some jobs go away and new jobs being created based
Correct.
off of what happens here.
Yep.
I look
We've
at
seen
I
that
look
over
at
the
it
century.
more as a adaptation of before the calculator and having a calculator, before the internet. Having the internet. So it's definitely going to replace the journey of a lot of jobs, but I think that it's a
create
tool that we need to make sure our kids are learning a responsible way. And to be quite frank, this goes beyond education. I mean, this is like real life stuff. I mean, I quiz my kids on, I'll show them a picture of something. I'll just be going through my social media. Do you think that this is real? And I ask them, and they go, oh, absolutely. And it'll be like Godzilla, like, you know, I'm like, you think that's real? Like, I mean, like, but getting them to understand what's possible is a safety factor as well. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. So I hope that we're thinking about that as a district and getting ahead of it. I'd like to be in the forefront of that as much as we can, and it's going to change rapidly. So, appreciate that. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, great. The playbook, the immersion program.
Love it.
I'm super excited about
We are
the
heading
immersion.
in the right direction.
Absolutely. Love it.
Thank you. Madam President, I need your signature at the end of this.
Of course.
For for diplomas. So I'll catch up with you later.
Catch up with me. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Moving on to section 3.3, the superintendent update.
All right, well, thank you. Welcome back, second semester. We're well underway, and it was like the longest week ever last week, but I
Yes.
think we all made it. We're hitting the groove now, so we're really in the swing of things. I want to do a quick facility update, if you could put that up there, Cindy. If you hit slideshow there, that'll. So I want to start with, I'll have you switch here in a second, the second drive that we've been working on forever. And like I shared, I don't know if it was the last board meeting, I definitely shared it in our update that we had a very positive meeting with the Butler County Engineer's Office finally. We are working through that. We think that ODOT is going to get some grants to make a lot of the improvements to the intersection at Yankee and 63, which makes us moving forward with that possible. The thing is, we need a construction entrance because we are starting early site package this spring, breaking ground, all that kind of stuff. So, this is my very technical, sorry.
Didn't use AI for this at all.
This is my drawing of the second drive. It's really hard to see on this, but there is a little access drive right there to the field. That actually splits. There's just two plots split like this. I believe one of them is Garver Farms, one of them is Michael Garver. I don't remember which is which. Same owner, but there's two separate plots. So their thought was that if it ever one of them gets sold off and there's an access road, it would come along the line there. So they would like ours to line up there, which actually is the perfect spot because if we do any expansion of, as we do a turn lane for that, we won't have, it's just long enough that we don't have to knock on this guy's door and say, hey, we're stealing part of your property. So it's only going to widen on our property, which is great. With that, we knew that the improvements to Yankee and 63 are not going to be done to start school next year. So our thought was that we were going to do the second drive as the construction entrance. We worked through that with the engineer's office a little bit. And then when we got to, this is kind of the beauty of collaboration, we got to sit down with the architects and Robertson. They talked about, so what they would do is this would be a construction drive, but then they would have to put in a temporary construction drive that would take it back here to keep it all away from, because this is the elementary playground. The problem is that this then becomes construction entrance to the new high school over here. Well, you guys know how this is in the fall with athletics, even during the day with PE. Kids are crossing here constantly, and that's, to be honest, it's a safety issue, and nobody was really comfortable with that. We could have made it work. There would have been fencing, whatever, but I don't remember who came up with this idea. It actually might have been me.
Anybody else?
It was a good idea, so it probably was not mine. But
Take the credit.
so we thought this will be the, instead of creating, we even looked at could we come off 63 somewhere? Could we come out of this neighborhood somewhere for construction entrance until this one's complete? But with the grading and with getting access from these neighborhoods, it just wasn't going to work. So what our plan is as of now, the other part of this is that's all on our property. We don't have to ask anybody to do anything. So this will be the main entrance to the school, and it will be a temporary drive here, and then we will build a drive which eventually will connect to here and be the second access drive. And then they will gate this, and then this will be the construction drive most of the time. They said they would be able to open it up on Fridays or high traffic, graduations, whatever, where we can have people leaving here and here, position a police officer there, whatever. So then, once this is completely, or the 63 improvements, which are scheduled hopefully to be the summer of '27, then we could open this up as the regular main entrance and leave this again just as construction until it's done. And then when the building is completely done, we will have 2 access drives. There will be some modifications to this. Again, that's the traffic engineers that will do that. But again, we will have 2 full access drives, which is a great thing. The temporary drive, again, growing pains. It's, you know, everybody's gonna like, we want 2 drives right now, but it's to get through the construction, we're still gonna have 1 main access, but it will be going up here. Then that can go away, and then we will have the two drives there. So there are growing pains during construction. There are going to be things that aren't perfect, but I do think that's a really good solution. It keeps construction all over on this side, removes any of our concerns and hazards and student safety behind the building there. So.
What happened to the temporary drive? We talked about paralleling the existing drive.
So that, we would spend just about as much money making a temporary construction drive that we would to do this. And this is not going to be...
It's flat.
Yeah, it's flat. It's not going to be too bad. So to be honest, this is safety-wise, we think this is the best option, and cost-wise, we think this is the best.
Is there any benefit to keep making that temporary a permanent fixture?
We possibly, again, that is something when we meet with client engineers here, but as of right now, we're just doing it as temporary, but I don't know if, I don't know what the benefit would be, but
another gated out so you can force people back down, but yeah, I'll let you guys.
Making that a temporary out, then you got 2 outs coming, and one of them coming the same place as is today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have a quick question regarding the second drive. I'm assuming it's not, I mean, it's going to be finished, but obviously we will go back and refinish it once all the construction is done and finish both.
It'll be I can speak to this because I actually worked asphalt construction. So what we'll do is they will do they'll do the tree removal, and I think I shared with you, we're going to try to do that as soon as possible because of the
bats.
Bat season.
Bats. And then they will do the drive all the way to about 10 feet from the road. That's where as close as you can get. And then, so they'll do the base, and then they will do a base asphalt as well, and then they will come, that once everything is done, then they'll come back and we'll do a finish coat on top.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just thought I'd ask.
Just throwing this out there for consideration, if there's any benefit at the top of the second drive of having that be a roundabout for any reason, just something to consider as people are coming in and out. That
I actually, when we met with clients, I haven't heard that, but I have heard possibly that as a roundabout.
How are you going to keep traffic off the
traffic coming
construction
here to
drive?
Right.
junior high, elementary, traffic going to Butler
Well,
Tech.
the gaining of it a damn bit of good.
Is it eventually going to be
Yankee on construction, the guy's going to say, I'm coming up construction drive.
It'll be gated so they can't.
Yeah, but if in the day, if it's open.
It won't be open. It'll be gated, so nobody can get through except.
No, what I'm saying is on the construction, where you got construction there in the old driveway, right there.
Yep.
They're gonna come off of Yankee, and you got people that are going up there all day long for construction, right?
They're gonna do some sort of gating where it's not open, where people can't get through except for construction.
They'll probably have a passport, like a key card, open up a gate. Or they might even just put a manual. I've seen a lot of construction sites where they actually have a guy sitting there and that's his job all day is let people through a gate. So.
Yeah.
Does this affect Butler Tech's kids a lot of how they are going to get in and out of their property, right?
I don't know. We had the discussion, but I don't remember if I believe they're just going to have to probably go around.
All the way around.
We're going to have a little bit of heartburn, but in the long run, it's going to be a benefit to the entire district.
Yeah, it's a short-term
drive. Well, both driveways at the end of the day have got to be redone, don't they?
Yes.
Both roads.
Yep.
I
We've
do
had,
like
when we paved the front here, we held off on this just because we knew this was coming.
Yep.
Because it needs it. We patched some, but it needs it refinished. So.
Well, that's exciting news. I mean, it's been long talked about, long thought about, and I'm glad to see we finally see a little light at the end of the tunnel, and it's coming to fruition.
And I did meet with Greg Wilkins this morning to Butler County engineer. Not that I necessarily need his blessing because it's all on our, but I just wanted to keep him in the loop, and he was appreciative, and he approves of this.
I know at one time you had mentioned, like, when we do get the second drive, and it's all done, that one would be incoming and one would be exiting. Are
I
you
think we
still
talked
thinking that
about
way, or are we
but I
gonna make
believe-
them
I
both
think Kleiningers, when they did it, they said it would be better to have two-way traffic on both.
on both sides? If that's the case, I kind of agree with AJ in having roundabouts at both ends, just to help with that traffic.
Yeah.
It's just a thought and a suggestion to think about and see what the,
I don't know, new drivers in a roundabout?
they need to learn.
It's
They-
very
They're
common.
everywhere.
County,
They're
really.
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
like,
they're
was at-
everywhere. I
was
get
in
it.
high school over the weekend. They've got roundabouts up within their, closer to the school, you know, so, I mean, it's more common.
Yeah.
Edgewood's got about 3 of them around their school. Just something to consider. Obviously, there's professionals that
fine.
know if that makes,
Yeah.
That
And
makes
sense.
sense.
And there's
Yeah,
costs.
that makes sense.
Roundabouts
Sure.
are expensive.
sure.
Yeah.
If you go to the next slide, Cinda. I want to talk about the new gym. We
Yep.
had our work session, and we looked at, again, just kind of the bones of things and talked about it. And I remember talking about the original entrance was right here, and then a possible one up here. Well, we made those adjustments that we talked about and looked at things, and then this is why collaboration is so important. So I sat down after we looked at all of this and sat down with Tom and Eric, and we talked about the entrances and how it would be kind of cool for teams to come in here, and it would help the traffic flow. Well, if you go to the next, well, before you go to the next slide. So if I'm sitting right here, this is what we didn't really think about. On the edge of each bleachers, say you can't just have those open where kids can fall off the bleachers. They have to have the gates. So if I'm sitting here and the
Look at
game
these.
is going on down here, go to the next slide. This is what I'm looking through, not
Yep.
just one, but 3 sets of those or 4 sets of those. So logistically,
We got the
that's-
jail gym back.
Yeah, that's right. That's not going to work. So if you could go back one. So I sat down after Eric and Tom and I went through that, and they pointed that out. We are looking at how do we fix that. So again, these are things that we'll probably tweak and adjust as we move through things. You know, obviously the bones are there, but we can still move these kind of things. And getting rid of that also increases our capacity somewhat. So we'll look at those things, and as we go through those, I'll keep you guys up to date. But again, we talked about with the alternate being some sort of activity, wrestling room, something up this way. If they think that's going to fall into the price package, which would enable us to have the bleachers open up here for an entrance, and then we just have to figure out about traffic down in this corner. So those are the things
Well, and the mechanics of those are gonna be on 3 different.
Yep.
So
Yes.
if one goes
As
out.
we sit there with our current ones broken, they're stuck out. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Al's better
having
than
3 separate motors would, to
Yeah.
get those in and out would it would be a maintenance.
Can you
hardship.
just
So
move those bleachers together and just have the entrances on either side?
That's
kind of-
probably where we'll end up.
Yeah.
Our concern with that was you got parents and spectators coming in here and teams coming in here, but I think from a management standpoint, Eric doesn't feel like that's too big of a concern that they can figure that. I mean, if
They
you have
can
to
figure that
stand
out
there
for-
and just not allow visitors in and out for the 2 minutes that people are running
Yeah.
in and out,
Right.
we'll figure something out. So.
Yeah, make it the guest side, or, well,
Yeah.
you know, or something that maybe is a little
One
bit
of the
less
bowls.
active.
Yep. So, again, as we move through that, I'll keep you guys up to date.
Yeah.
We had talked about having our community meeting, and we still want to plan that. We are thinking sometime in February to do an open community meeting to give everybody like the update. You know, I've gone to a lot of places to share. I went to a lot of the booster meetings. I went to Mount Pleasant. I've shared a lot of that stuff, but we still want to give our community an opportunity to come in and look at some things as well. Sure. And then I just wanted to talk real briefly. I know Amy talked about the funding challenges that we are facing as a district, not just us, but this is a huge shift across the state of Ohio. And as Amy said, you know, we're okay for now, but it's going to be just a matter of time. And so we talked about coming up with some community forums as early as next fall to start talking about, we need to prepare, we need to continue to educate our public that, you know, we promised them when we opened this new building that we were not going to have to go to them for operating funds. And with them changing the rules, we need them to understand it's not that all of a sudden we just don't know how to manage our money. It's that they have changed the rules on us. So there are, at my last superintendent's meetings, there are a number of districts in Warren and Butler County that these changes have put them in huge financial crisis now. And they're going to have to go to the ballot as early as this May. And if they don't pass them, we're talking $10 to $15 million in cuts, hundreds of jobs, programming. There are a lot of districts that are in a serious, serious need. Again, because of this district's and this board's fiscal responsibility, we are okay now, but we also have to look at our finances to stop the bleeding. To, you know, we don't want to not give our kids opportunities, but we also have to really look at our programming, and when someone leaves, what can we do to consolidate things and stop the bleeding, so to speak, to stretch it. So,
Well, I know Thomas Hall told us that he's a supporter of performance-based reward systems for funding, and damn it if we're not the
We should
best
be at the top of
performing
the-
school
top of
in
the
this
list.
county, and
Probably the state.
one of the
I mean,
best
We've been doing the
darn
most for
schools in the
least.
state. I agree.
We're gonna get
well, here's what I'll
punishment.
share about that. When he does say that, we did get a performance-based incentive, but it was, what, 100?
$150,000.
Yeah, no, we need to make sure that
Which
these people are held
means
accountable for educating our kids
Almost
the way they
next
said they're
to none. I
going
mean,
to.
we'll take any penny
But
that we're going to
does
get, but
doesn't-
it's nothing meaningful.
Right.
And I know Tim talked this last time at the last board meeting a lot about this, and I appreciate all your guys' support. And I do think we need to continue to meet with legislators. And as Tim, he contacted everybody and their brother to try to get them in here so we can tell our story. And we are having, you know, our visitor, Dr. Acton, who's running for governor, is coming by Wednesday. But I'll be honest, with all the politicians, they're going to use us for a photo op. And they're
Yeah.
going to tell us what we want. The biggest thing to make change with our legislators is to continue to educate our public. Because when we sent out that letter, they didn't like it, because they knew that our communities read those letters and thought, what are they doing? And so at our last superintendent's meeting, we talked again about, you know, what's our next step, because we have to continue. This is a 12-round fight. We need to continue to educate our public. We need to continue to educate our parents, because they're not going to make changes until they start hearing from our communities and our parents.
Yeah, and they need to start with the school districts that aren't educating their children, that aren't putting them in a 99.9% graduation rate, that aren't enriching their lives, that aren't giving them opportunities. Those are the districts they need to worry about, not ours.
I had a suggestion given to me today, and the suggestion was that the county superintendent's meeting asked for Vic to come down and talk to him.
Well, Tim reached out to.
Yeah, but they said that you would get more action coming to that group than you would to an individual district.
I'd be more than open to that. I don't know if he'll entertain that or not. I know Tim had some communication back and forth with somebody there, but his message, Amy and I were talking about it today. He talked about he wants, you know, to lower property taxes and too much burden on the taxpayers, and then on the other hand, he said teachers are way underpaid.
Can't have it.
How does
Yeah,
that work?
I mean, the funding has to come from somewhere, so,
Right.
you know, I would love to have a conversation
That's a
with
question
him.
to ask him. Where's that going to come
Absolutely.
from?
So,
Yeah.
Well, what's funny to me is this whole thing is, I told Tim as Amy was giving her presentation, I can't believe our elected officials sat in a room and they came out of it thinking that this was a good idea. I don't understand it.
Get some votes.
Well,
I mean,
Amy put it perfectly. They did all of this, and it's going to, when you get your tax bill relief, it's going to be so minuscule that you're like, okay, but what it did to the public schools is catastrophic.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And it just makes me believe even more that majority of our elected officials in Columbus know nothing about education.
I think it's time to send them another letter and say, hey, what's your answer?
They have zero understanding of finance, school finances. I agree with you. And that was our discussion, Tom, is what is our next letter? What are our next steps?
Yeah.
So,
They deserve, you deserve an answer.
I say we send them a letter
Well, the
for an
public
invoice.
deserves an answer.
Well, yeah, but you gotta go
Send them an
send
invoice
send
for
a
all the
letter and
money
say,
they
hey,
owe us.
They owe us about $80
public
million.
is saying, where's your answer?
Yeah.
We'll be happy to take 50. We're gonna let you off the
Yeah,
hook
we'll
now
let 'em
for
off the hook.
50 million versus the 80 million that
Build
you
our school for us.
took advantage of us on for over the
We'll
years.
give them a 30 million discount.
Yeah.
Let me know who else you want me to email.
all right.
Hey, I'll call.
Just take a little
Second term,
portion.
AJ's ready to go.
We got Tim emailing and AJ calling. We're good.
I'll knock on doors.
Well, I can tell you right now that Columbus is afraid of Amy.
Afraid of Amy?
They're afraid of me?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
They're afraid
They
of
are.
you.
Yes.
They don't know you, but they will.
They would be. They would be.
I didn't want to put more on the end of that, but
All right. And then lastly, I just wanted to end with, it is January and it's Board Appreciation Month. I've said this many times, but Amy and I have had this conversation, and when we go to our county meetings, we are so fortunate to have such a supportive board of not just the two of us, but again, when your decisions are what is best for our kids and what is best for this district, that, you know, there's no hidden agendas, there's no, I hear horror stories, and I can't be more appreciative of the support of all five of you, and we are very fortunate.
It's
Thank
easy
you.
to support
Appreciate you guys.
You do a great job.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And that's
They're
all.
excited
Okay.
out there
Yeah.
too.
They are.
Yeah.
They're
They
that was
have
for
They
you
love a
guys.
good superintendent's update.
Yeah.
you had room at the right time, didn't you?
School Board Appreciation Month, and they were off the
Oh.
chain.
Yes. All right, so, okay, we're gonna move on to 4.1, approval of the minutes.
Or consent
Oh,
agenda.
Is
The
it a
treasurer's consent agenda.
treasurer? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the treasurer consent agenda.
I recommend approval of the treasurer's consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All right. And discussion?
My only thing, we are on track with our September forecast, as of today. As I said, we'll have a forecast update in February, so we'll kind of see where all this lands, but I don't expect to make too many changes, except for, I think I mentioned this, and I can't remember if it was at the last board meeting or if it was in one of my updates to you. We will see an adjustment on some residential incentive district parcels that over the last few years, they haven't been adding them to the residential incentive district, so it's about 350 parcels. So we actually lost $40 million in property value, but they're moving into the incentive district, and we'll get the pilot payments on the flip side of it. So what it'll do, it should be revenue neutral, but because we get the city payment usually a month after we get the property tax payment, we might see a dip, and then it'll come back up in the following month. So that, it could be like March, April, just depends on how quickly they get everything to us. So that kind of moves things in different buckets, but that actually also impacts our state funding because our valuations went down, so we might be benefiting from that a little bit on the state side. But until we get actual numbers, I'll have a better idea of that. Outside of that, nothing exciting in January, this is December. And then we do have several donations on here, and I thank everyone for those. And I do want to say the bond fund report, we combined that with the treasurer's report grouping. So there's a new report in there called the Ohio Cash Position Report. I think I showed you a couple of times. I'm going to put that one in every time. That is all funds. So you'll see our debt funds, our construction funds, like that's all funds, just in case you want to check that out. But the debt funds are included in there. So the bond fund report is kind of incorporated into that now.
Okay.
But it does look a little bit different, so if you have any questions, let me know.
So is all the money where it's supposed to be?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the donations, everybody.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you for the donations. Okay. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Thank you. Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. All right, superintendent's personal consent agenda.
I recommend the approval of the superintendent HR personnel consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Pretty straightforward. We've got I think we just have one hire, our EMIS coordinator who will be transitioning here soon, and some supplementals.
Okay. All right, Ms. Moore, please make the roll call.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. 6.1, superintendent other business consent agenda.
I recommend the approval of the superintendent other business consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Tom.
Let's say
Tim.
Tim first and Tom second.
We have a number of early graduates that finished up their coursework here in January. Again, they're always invited back for the commencement ceremony in the spring, and then the high school curriculum guide, or not curriculum guide, course guide that Mr. Prohaska has presented.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Congratulations, a lot of them.
Yeah, there
Yes,
was quite a few
yes.
of them, so congratulations.
Yeah, it's always good to see, and I always want to have them come back for the actual graduation ceremony. It's
Absolutely.
Right.
once in a lifetime, so I hope they do consider and come back for that.
We do it good here in Monroe, don't
We do.
Question, do most kids do come back
Yeah.
for graduation? I kind
they?
of figured. Okay.
All right. All right, any other discussion?
No.
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. And then we have 7.1.
It's recommended the board approve the contract with the Montgomery County ESC for a student from the Restoration Ranch for an outside placement.
So moved.
Mr. Leeds
we? Second.
and Mr. Fulham.
Again, this is just a per diem, so if the student doesn't stay, we just pay for the amount that they're there, so.
Can I just ask a quick question? All the way to Montgomery County, is there like nothing in Butler County or Warren County?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there is, as we've talked about, the Restoration Ranch kids come in with so many needs, and there's waiting lists on that's a whole nother topic, but
Yes.
Nancy has to spend days just to find placement, transportation, and the amount of hours that she and Lindsay get to arranging this, but, so her, get her in there, that would,
Okay.
it's actually, that cost.
That placement specifically was made because that's closer to his home district.
Oh, okay.
Their district of residence is north.
And the ranch is 3 months to a year typically, so if he does bounce back, he'll have that
Okay.
placement.
Okay.
I was just curious.
And spots on market.
Yeah.
Right, okay. All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. 7.2, approval of the contract for Conger mobile classroom relocation.
It's recommended the board approve the contract with Conger to relocate the modular classroom.
So moved.
Second.
You guys are ahead.
Are these the,
Coming from Middletown.
The ones that we
Scheduled-
purchased
from-
Yep.
I said-
It's
yeah, I was gonna-
scheduled to hopefully be brought over the week of January 26th.
and those are going to the primary school? And the ones that are currently there are going away, or are we using them
They're
for
just-
storage, or?
They're so
Bonfire.
beat up and they're
Bonfire.
probably going to be used for storage
Yeah.
until
Bonfire.
whatever. Congress already has some people that are interested in buying them from us when we're done, so hopefully we can recruit a chunk of that cost.
Where are we putting the new ones? Do you know yet?
It's right next to
Next to them?
There's actually one big one, but it has 4 classrooms in it and a hallway.
And those 4 classrooms are used for what again? Do we know?
Some specials, some PT, counselor's office, possibly small group EL. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, there's no room over there. So
Yeah. Well, good job finding those. I know those was a lot of work. So,
Yeah, I'm glad to see that's coming to fruition.
yep.
Once those are moved, how soon will we be using them?
they have to, once they're moved, they have to get put in place, and then there's electrical and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
sooner than later. I hope.
Do you know if they have a bathroom on them?
They do not have a bathroom. So.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? Nope. All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter?
Aye.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Fulham?
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn?
Aye. Motion carried. We'll do 7.3, approval of European student trip for summer of 27.
It's recommended the board approve the European trip with EF Tours for the summer of 2027. Spain, Switzerland, and Italy.
I'm going.
I want to go.
So moved.
So moved, Mr.
Second.
Carpenter and Mr. Grant.
What age groups is this?
High school.
We do this every other
Yes.
year?
Is that right, Tom?
European tour, is it, or European trip, is that every other year? I don't think it's every year.
It's every other year.
Every other?
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
every other.
Yeah.
Did you
Because
go
you went
on
to the
that?
last one, right?
Oh, you did, okay.
Are they looking for chaperones?
Possibly.
Long flight.
Yeah, that's a
13
long
hours.
flight, yeah. All right.
Very cool.
All
Great
right.
trip.
Any other discussion? All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter?
Aye.
Mr. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Fulham?
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn?
Aye. Motion carried.
Who's this called?
We're going to go 7.1, approval of extracurricular contracts for the
Oh,
25-26 school year.
Yeah, I don't know.
7.4.
Oh, man, this
7.4.
this got to be a lot of discussion here.
We might be here till 10.
I was excited to see this. I was very happy for Mr. Carpenter.
I want to see some,
Get out there on the mat with the girls
yeah.
wrestling.
Let's not talk about that.
That sounded terrible, but girls wrestling, like, it's fabulous.
I'm stoked. I'm trying to
Sorry.
get out of here. I guess we can't talk about it till we make a motion
I'm
here.
sorry.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, we got
Leeds,
Mr. Leeds and then Mr. Fulham second, okay.
Any discussion now?
It's really pretty exciting. Adam and I were talking about that today, weren't we? Was that you, Adam? Yeah, I mean, it's grown from one
Yeah.
student a
Girl.
couple years ago. I think there's 7 girls on
That's
the high school
awesome.
team
Yeah.
this year, and
Yeah.
it just keeps continuing to grow.
I'm trying to get out there to get some photographs. I haven't had a chance to yet, but
They'll be at Northmont on Saturday.
Northmont, yeah. Yeah, just to see that program, like go from all boys when my son graduated in 22 wrestling to see a girls wrestling team. It's pretty awesome to see
Yeah.
that. Very
They have
excited.
a little, they have a match this Wednesday out in Anderson too, so everybody
Up where?
wants to make a hour-long drive to Anderson.
Okay.
Anderson on Wednesday, yes.
There's a great restaurant out there. Hold on.
Yeah, very exciting. All right, Mrs. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Fulham?
I guess.
Mr.
Aye.
Carpenter?
Abstain.
Mr. Grant?
Volunteerism is free. isn't it?
Aye.
No, I think I got distracted. Okay, Mrs. Hagedorn, I think that's
Aye. Motion carried.
All right.
On to section 8.1, comments from the board.
Got a lot of comments.
All right.
You can decide. Where do you want
I
to
know, we're going to stick with the normal for now. Mr. Leeds?
Okay, at this time, I want to congratulate Debbie and AJ as our board president and vice president respectively for the coming year. This will be a very busy year as we have the groundbreaking for the new high school and as well as the new driveway for the current complex. And I want to thank Mr. Carpenter for his board leadership for the past 2 years. He did a great job.
Average.
He did a great job. I'll back him on that. And as always, thanks to Robert for his great leadership and to Amy for her awesome job as our treasurer. And thanks to the principals, teachers, and the rest of the staff who continue to see to it that our students get the best education possible. You guys have done a fantastic job, and we don't say it enough. That's all I have.
All right, thank you.
Now you're down here where you can start saying something.
I know, this is wild.
I know, I was sitting here thinking I should have had you go first this time, but go ahead, Mr. Carpenter.
I don't mind always going last.
Don't get
That's
him
always
started.
nice too. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much, so. But welcome back, everybody. It's kind of crazy. Missy and I were talking about this last night. There's only 18 weeks of school left for this year. And of those, there's like 9 4-day weeks in those 18 or something crazy. Right? So it's like, you know, we always talk about how fast the second semester goes, how quick we go from like Christmas break to like all of our favorite, which is graduation. Like we love
Right.
graduation, right? But you know, it might be January, but we'll be sweating out there on the football field together sooner rather than later, watching Mr. Buskirk cry during graduation. So this will be a good time this year, everybody. But
You know how to hurt a guy, don't
gonna
you?
get him going already. He's already
I know.
Just take a drink. Come on, it'll be all right. But yeah. So thank you, Mr. Leeds, for the kind words. Ms. Hagedorn, you're gonna do great.
Thank you.
And if you need any help, just talk to Mr. Grant. But
I'll be
that's
sure
all
to
I
do
have.
that. All right, Mr. Grant?
Congratulations to AJ, Debbie, and Tim for being sworn in for your new term. Congratulations to Debbie as being the president, AJ staying on board. I'll echo that. And especially what Tom said about this, Robert, Amy, and the rest of the staff. You guys do a phenomenal job. And if we could put up a billboard, but I know Amy would probably not allow us to spend the money to put a billboard up. To thank you guys for everything that you do. I would do it in a heartbeat, but you guys are the best. So that's it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Fulham?
I like that idea. I think we should get a
Like that?
billboard on 63. I like that.
Well, we do have the M down there, we could,
We can make our own. We can have the art department make our own.
there you go.
We have the
I like
engineering
that.
program.
Yeah.
The creative class that Mr. Prohaska mentioned.
Idea coming to fruition real
Yeah.
quick.
I want to congratulate Debbie as well. I know it's a long time coming. Served 2 years as vice president and was willing to take a step down, and I think you're going to do a fantastic job. It just goes to show how functional this board is and really making sure that everybody gets an opportunity and a voice. And I'm looking forward to not having to sit next to Tim. So
It's true.
I'm just kidding. Good job,
That's the red
Tim.
hair, isn't it?
I appreciate all your time too. The last couple years, you did a good job. You really got better from that first one. So,
Couldn't get any worse. I promise you that.
All right, with that said, I got a couple high fives for the Around the Hive All Sports Edition. High fives to our girls basketball program who have opened up the opportunity to have K to second grade youth basketball for about 40 students this winter. The K2 program is ran by our coaches and players each Saturday morning, meaning our varsity student athletes in many cases are starting the Saturday with 2 hours of volunteer work with the youth program before heading to a shoot around and game that afternoon. It's a privilege to have the level of commitment that I've seen from our students, coaches, and community. Thank you for providing this opportunity to our youngest Hornets, giving your time and care in developing their love for the game of basketball. And I said younger, they're all girls, so having about 40 girls play basketball here at the primary school each weekend is awesome. And then staying with that theme, I've got a high five here for our boys varsity basketball team who has begun the season with a historic 10-1 start, currently undefeated at 5-0 in league play while scoring 653 points to their opponent's 471. We have 2 scorers in the top 4 in the league, both sophomores, and Colt Howard averaging 18 points per game, while Ty Perkins is averaging just below at 17.6 points per game. And Bryant Lee is averaging 3.9 steals per game, which places him second currently in the SWBL. Both programs are really fun to watch. I encourage somebody to get out to a game, wrestling match, bowling match, any event that maybe you haven't been out to. Girls wrestling sounds really enticing. Getting to watch Tim out there do his thing
Yelling
as
at everybody. Yeah,
volunteer
it's a good
coach. But yeah, I just want to congratulate the boys, and hopefully we can keep it going. Everybody stays healthy. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham. I'd like to start with, thank you for the opportunity to be president this year. I'm looking forward to it, and just want to do all good things for the staff, the teachers, Amy and Mr. Buskert, and the students, most importantly. So thank you for that opportunity. Like to also thank Mr. Prohaska for his presentation and all the work that went into behind the scenes for those new courses. They sound like fabulous. We always want to find good things for the students to learn so that they can continue to grow and strive after graduation. So that's what it's all about, is helping the students to find their path, whatever that may be. So I really enjoy that we're having so many different options for the students. So thank you for all that work, for everybody that was involved with that. I'm looking forward to, let's finish the second half of this year. Like Mr. Carpenter said, it's going to go fast. I don't know, he said 18 weeks and 9 of them for what? Who looks at that kind of thing? But
Tim.
Go Tim.
Teachers.
Teachers, I guess teachers do. I guess.
You want to be on the billboard, don't you?
But go for that. So I'd also like to thank Amy. I was texting her last night. I had some questions, and just to take some time out on a Sunday evening. I didn't even realize it was Sunday evening when I was like, hey, this question. So thank you very much for being available for that. I really appreciate that. So on that note, I would like to move to 9.1, take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Mr. Grant and Mr.
You didn't break the record.
I did not break the record. Yeah, Mr. Carpenter, I did not break the record. We're going to adjourn the meeting at 7:17.
Congratulations. Good job, Debbie.
Yep.
We have a
Alright.
roll call?
Yes, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Run, Robert.